What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr. and I am the natural born thriller. It's been a while, but welcome everyone to WWE RAW review, the show from October 22nd, 2018. They were at Perfect Rhode Island for this edition of Monday Night Raw. Commentators were Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Renee Young. So the show opened up with Roman Reigns, the WWE Universal Champion, coming out with mixed reaction. There are a few cheers for Roman Reigns, but then it got drowned out by I guess you could say a nuclear type of booze. I guess you could say that for a little bit. He comes out. He's not in his Roman Reigns gear. He's out there in his street clothes. And he's carrying the Universal Championship belt around his shoulder, not carrying it like he always does, but like carrying like a backpack. He carries it around his shoulder, carrying himself like a true champion should carry himself. And he's not doing his Roman Reigns entrance. He's just walking down, at a ring, at a fast pace. And this is what Roman Reigns had to say, where it pertains to what's been going on with Roman Reigns. And the crowd, like I said, the crowds are booing him, for those that are liking on that, and because we're coming to the show, not knowing what's on Roman Reigns' mind as he's cutting his promo. So Roman Reigns talks about, if I can find it here, So Roman Reigns talks about. Oh, sorry, I thought I found it. I think I found it. But yeah, his eyes. I noticed that his eyes looked red, and I knew coming to the show beforehand. I didn't watch it live because again, I don't watch Raw that much anymore. Same thing with SmackDown, but because after what happened with Roman Reigns on the show about a serious real life that's turned his world upside down once again. I'll get to but again, I did a live video about it. It was one of my random topics that I talked about where it pertains to Roman Reigns. If you want to check it out, you can check it out anytime you want. I was very emotional about it and very passionate about it. The best I can do it. I think in my mind I did my absolute best to talk about it. And I went full depth about that one. So if you want, you can check it out anytime you want. But and for those who did watch it, y'all know that I was going to be doing a pre-recorded Raw review. So for those who watched it that time, welcome back to watching my content again, where it pertains to doing a Raw review. So yeah, Roman Reigns, this is what he said. He feels like he owes everyone an apology. For months, maybe even a full year, he comes out and spoken as Roman Reigns, and it was weird what he said too. When I first saw this, and then basically I watched it about 4 to 5 times, I believe, after this. But he said he had been a fighting champion and a workhorse, but that's all lies. The camera, and then also Roman Reigns says that the reality is that his real name is Joe, and he's been living with leukemia for 11 years. Unfortunately, it's back. And again, this is Roman Reigns saying this. Reigns cannot fulfill his role, and will relinquish his Universal Championship. Roman Reigns said, and then and the crowds at this point now, they, jaws dropped, look of shock, look of like, oh my God, is this real? And basically you heard a pin drop when Roman Reigns said what he's going through right now. Reigns says that he was diagnosed at the age of 22. But he fought and went into a remission. And he says that was a tough time. He didn't have anything, and he had a baby on the way. He says football was done with him. Reigns put over WWE and the fans. That brought him. Yeah, that basically the team of the WWE and then the WWE universe brought him into to where he is right now. The crowds at this point were chanting "Thank you, Roman." As Roman looks moved, and he starts tearing. Reigns then said that they all know the deal. Life is not fair. It's not all peaches and cream. Sometimes life throws you a curveball. The right thing to do is to go home and focus on his family and his health. This is by no means a retirement speech. After he's done whipping leukemia's ass once again, he'll come back home. When he does, it's not just going to be about titles and being on top. It's about a position. It's about a pursuit. A propose. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Excuse me. A propose. He's coming back because he wants to show the world, his family, his friends, his children, his wife, that when life throws you a curveball at him, he'll stand in the batter box. Excuse me. And the crowd at this point will the crowd were on that basically getting him a standing ovation because of that. And then Roman Reigns says and fight and he said and hit for the fences. Roman Reigns said they will see him very soon. And Reigns thanks the fans and he said he loves them. Believe that. And then the crowds were giving him standing ovation, clapping and chanting again, "Thank you, Roman." As Roman Reigns lays down the Universal Championship belt, Bryan is in the ring as he walks off. And as he gets on stage, basically shaking hands and fisting fans in the front rows. Also, he gets on stage and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose on stage, walking towards Reigns. They basically come out and they walk towards Reigns and they give him a big hug. Seth Rollins was emotionally holding back his tears, but you could tell he was emotionally a wreck. And then they did on the Shield fist bump that they always do. And that was it. That was it for Roman Reigns. He was gone. He went home. He was gone after that. And the reason I know about that because there's a video out there on WWEexclusive.com or on YouTube, wherever. You can see Roman Reigns being embraced by Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Nia Jax, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, the women's of the rosters, Paul Heyman. And you got and among others like a Jason Jordan, Apollo Crews. I think I saw Apollo Crews in that line. So yeah, and Roman Reigns. I already said what I had to say. From that video I did. And where it pertains to Roman Reigns, Joe Anoki, whether you love him or hate him, whether you're a fan or not a fan, whether you like the person or you don't like the person, you don't want to see someone like him going through what he's going through right now. So all I could say is all I could do as of right now is send my thoughts, my prayers, and Roman Reigns, real name Joe Anoki, and Enoki, how we pronounce it. he's got my full support, and he finally earned my respect, and that's all I gotta say for that. So Roman Reigns come back after beating
Robert,
let me get set.
give me a heads up. Are you gonna be watching SmackDown?
But yeah, but again, to Roman Reigns, come back real soon, man. 38. So after that, we get the commentators talking about on behalf of Roman Reigns. You know, Michael Cole said a few things, but then Renee Young announced Roman Reigns being with her husband Dean Ambrose on the road every time, and she grew to have a personal friendship with Roman Reigns. And then Corey Graves was very emotional, talking about how his families and his kids played with Roman Reigns' families and his kids together and all that. So yeah, it was something that was something that it was really hard to get to the show after all that. And where pertains to that, it was nice that they did that to open the show with Roman Reigns talking about that, and nice that what they did, and then what they did throughout the entire show. Where I like, oh my god. So that's all I want to say from that. And by the way, folks, I'm sorry for that interruption. Normally I will that part will be edited out. We're taking me doing a recording, or pre-recording, but what can I do? And on top of that, noise from the outside, somebody beeping with the horns and all that, and the sirens going off. Anyways, so yeah, also we see Finn Balor making his entrance. He looked like he was emotional after the whole Roman Reigns thing, and then Leo Rush comes out. He does his stick where Bobby Lashley is money. Bobby Lashley comes out with a new theme song, by the way, or should I say theme music, basically. So it was Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley with Leo Rush at ringside, and Leo Rush was being annoying, talking outside, in the match. He got involved at one point, and then the match ends with Finn Balor getting out of Bobby Lashley's finish move, I believe. I think he's going for trying to go for a dominator, and then Finn Balor just roasts him up for a 3 count in the win. I thought that was lame, a lame finish, and I couldn't stand it. And also during the match too, they had to mention Roman Reigns that he's battling through this right now, and they're going to make this whole thing, this whole decision where Baron Corbin, the general manager of RAW, got to talk to RAW Commissioner Stephanie McMahon about the whole Universal Championship situation where it pertains to the title being defended at WWE Crown Jewel. And after the match between Balor defeating Bobby Lashley, the commentators are stunned after the news of Roman Reigns with the leukemia that he's battling right now, and he has to relinquish the championship title, which they keep talking about this all throughout the entire show, it was getting annoying, folks, because here's the thing with that. WWE, we get it. For those that be hating on Roman Reigns, for those be crapping on Roman Reigns, we get it. And the fact that you keep shoving him down our throats, to a point we had to boo him and all that at one point. Well, a lot of points. And then also this announcement was made. You finally got what you want, WWE. You got the fans cheering for Roman Reigns. You got the fans feeling sorry for Roman Reigns, even though Roman Reigns didn't ask for that. But you got what you wanted. The fans are finally getting behind Roman Reigns after this. And the last thing you should be doing is to continue to shove him down our throats because of what he's going through. That's how I feel about it. Where I was watching this show. So then we get the. Yeah, we get Sasha Banks coming out because she's going up against Ruby Riott, and Sasha Banks is being accompanied by Natalya and Bayley. And before we get to that match, we get to a backstage segment where Dolph Ziggler is with Drew McIntyre, talking about how Dolph Ziggler's gonna fight for the World Cup at Crown Jewel, and talks about how they're gonna defend the Raw Tag Team titles successfully against Rollins and Ambrose in the main event. And then Drew McIntyre says, "I'm going monster hunting," and we'll get to that later. So Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riott. And Ruby Riott is being accompanied by Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. And they're having a match. I thought it was alright for what it was, but during the match, WWE again had to mention Roman Reigns, the commentators, about what he's going through right now. And you know what? I was thinking to myself, why are they mentioning him again? And then also I saw, before they mention him, they show that he's trending worldwide. And yes, folks, Roman Reigns, because of this news, he was trending #1 worldwide at the time. At the Raw went off the air, basically, he was still one of the top 10, or should I say top 20s, trending worldwide because of this news. Because fans are fully supporting, and not just wrestling fans, but every wrestling community around the world are in full support of Roman Reigns of this. And so okay, it's fine. They want adoption being trending worldwide. #1 trend worldwide. That's fine. I'll let that slide. But in the end of the match, Ruby Riott wins because Sasha Banks was a distraction from outside of the brawl between two members of the Riott Squad against Bayley and Natalya. And basically, Ruby Riott wins with a Riott kick and all that. And by the way, folks, this is also the Go Home Show edition for this Raw episode. Despite the fact that everything had to be changed because of the whole news that Roman Reigns had to tell everyone, the world, about what happened, what's his deal. And there you go. We get Nia Jax cutting a promo, a pre-tape promo basically, about her not squandering her opportunity to win the Battle Royal at WWE Evolution, because she wants to win that Battle Royal to become the #1 contender for the WWE Women's Championship on Raw. So she wants that, and basically, and that was the promo, and that was the end of hour #1. So Total My Wrestling for hour #1, I believe it was 2 matches. Yes, 2 matches for hour #1 for Raw. All right, folks, hour #2. Hour #2, D Generation X, Triple H and Shawn Michaels makes a response to the Brothers of Destruction. Basically, they cut a promo about about fear. Pertains to the Brothers of Destruction, bring fear and all that. And they talking about how coming out from a boiler room and or coming out of retirement. Shawn Michaels then also said something about Kane, coming out of Knoxville City Hall, because he's outside of it, he's the mayor. I'm like, really? And this was Shawn Michaels cutting that promo too. Like, what the hell? And basically say that they acknowledge that they're old, their nostalgia and all that. And then Triple H says something about and so is Halloween. It's 40 years old movie, but it's #1 box office and all that. Okay, but it has nothing to do with wrestling. And yeah, basically they're plugging their WWE Crown Jewel match, which is not a good thing to be doing anyways, because no one cares about that show anyways. Especially that's going to be taking place at Saudi Arabia, where that all they care about is blood money. That's all that it is. That's all that's all about. And they talk about how they run the letter X, just like they run the other letter X where it involves NXT. They didn't mention NXT, but the crowds did though. And yeah, there you go. And also on the bell, the gong, or should I say, hit, and they show Kane and the Undertaker on the Tempotron at Cemetery, and they talked in a very cryptic promo. And basically they have a tombstone for Triple H and Shawn Michaels that on November 2nd, 2018, they will rest in peace. Basically, they show the dates of their birth and the dates of their deaths. So basically, they're gonna die during that day, and we're not gonna get Triple H versus Batista at WrestleMania 35. Just kidding. But yeah, But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. It was the same thing with Roman Reigns last year, where Roman Reigns was gonna die on my birthday, from on April 2nd, 2017, from WrestleMania 33. And that didn't end up happening because Roman Reigns won anyways. And now WWE is doing the same thing here with Undertaker and Kane by having a tombstone that Triple H and Shawn Michaels is going to die on my sister's birthday on November 2nd, 2018. And there you go. That was the promo. I got nothing to say about the promo. Later on, they announced that the vacant WWE Universal Championship will be defended at WWE Crown Jewel between Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. So they're still going to do the match, but without Roman Reigns. Basically without Roman Reigns. So the show must go on. The WWE Crown Jewel event still. The show must go on by collecting so much of that blood money from Saudi Arabia, because WWE doesn't care about morals. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how happens with that. We get Dana Brooke talking about that she wants to show the world that she can do what she can do at this Battle Royal for WWE Evolution, the all-woman pay-per-view, which could be this Sunday, folks, again. And yeah, we'll see what she does. And by the way, she looks good, by the way. Dana Brooke looks like she's in good condition now, and Dana Brooke looks like she's doing good for herself. But yeah, there you go. Next we get Paul Heyman. He addresses the situation at WWE Crown Jewel, but before he did, he mentions Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns he's saying that he's humble to be among the member of the locker room tonight, and have been in a present of such courage and greatness that Roman Reigns had. Heyman was choked up and he was tearing up, by the way, folks. You could tell my eyes was all red. He was tearing up, and it was very emotional for Paul Heyman. Just by how the booking that Roman Reigns was getting, and that at the end of the day, is all about respecting not just the character, but the man that Joe Anoki is, and that's all that was all important at the end of the day. So Paul Heyman talks about he has when he goes home and has to explain this to his children, what he wants them to understand about the industry is that we all love is they witness such sacrifice, basically. What pertains to Roman Reigns, and by sacrificing the Universal Championship, and then it turns into a storyline where it's going where the Universal Championship title is going to be involved between Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, where Brock Lesnar wasn't there, which WWE had to point out too, by the way. But Paul Heyman talks about how Brock Lesnar is going to win that belt, the WWE Universal Championship belt, and to keep hold on to the Universal Championship belt as he goes to UFC to become the UFC World Champion. So, I mean, that would be nice to see, but as of right now, I want Braun Strowman to get that belt. As much as I'm a fan of Brock Lesnar, but I'm also a fan of Braun Strowman. I'm actually more of a fan of Brock Lesnar than I am of Braun Strowman, but Braun Strowman needs to win that belt now. After they finally turn him face, he needs to be the champion. And speaking of which, Braun Strowman, he comes out, he cuts a promo about, he's gonna beat Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel, and he has to make sure that Brock Lesnar is not even here, and says that he's gonna bring the belt back to Monday Night Raw and defend it every Monday night. Like, that was not needed to be in the promo. And then he says when Roman Reigns comes back from beating leukemia, he's gonna be the first in line for the opportunity for the title. But again, folks, we don't know how long it's gonna take for Roman Reigns to come back if it does happen, So, and then but at the same time, again, WWE they still got a personal narrative that Brock Lesnar's not there. He's not gonna be there every week, and whatever. But and then Braun Strowman ends it by saying that Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel is going to get these hands from Braun Strowman. So Braun Strowman is back to being babyface, and then after that, Braun Strowman was going to walk away. Drew McIntyre comes out of nowhere and gives him a Claymore kick. So basically, like I said before, what pertains to Drew McIntyre, we said for out number 1, he was going for monster hunting. He was monster hunting Braun Strowman, who was the monster among men. There you go. Also, Doso gets excited that Drew McIntyre did what he did, and then he got interviewed by Charlie Caruso, and basically that Drew McIntyre did not regret and do what he did Braun Strowman because he's not scared of Braun Strowman, unlike the rest of the roster that are scared of Braun Strowman. And he says that the reality is that Strowman is no match for basically for Drew McIntyre, and then they could focus, basically with Braun Strowman out of the picture, which it was ridiculous that they think that Braun Strowman was out of the picture because of that they could that Ziggler and McIntyre can concentrate on defending the Raw Tag Team titles. We'll get to that later too. Next we get to an Elias segment. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I am Elias," and he does his whole "Who Wants to Walk with Elias" thing, and then he normally doesn't crap on the fans because he wants to immediately just go to play his music guitar, and he did play his guitar too, by the way. It was pretty good, by the way, pretty damn good, and the crowds were eating it up. And then Paul Crews comes out. He comes out, interrupts, and then we had a match. So Elias versus Apollo Crews, and I thought the match was okay for what it was, but Elias wins with the drift away. And there we go. Also, we get a promo from a pre-tape promo from Kurt Angle, talking about how he's gonna compete at WWE Crown Jewel, and he says in the state of his career that he's old, he's not in his prime anymore, but he still wants to prove himself that he's the best to compete in this WWE World Cup tournament, where the winner of that World Cup tournament to win the World Cup to be known as the best in the world. And he runs out a few resumes where it pertains to his opponents that he might be wrestling, like a Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy, The Miz, Rey Mysterio Jr., Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton, and John Cena. And there you go. That was basically it. Where it pertains to that. So then we come back to Elias doing his concert. He wanted to continue to do his concert. Then Baron Corbin, the acting road dramatic, comes out to basically kick him out of the stage because by order of Stephanie McMahon, it's not about you right now. It's about what she wants do what Baron Corbin wanted him to do, what pertains to to make control of the show. So then Elias was like basically insulting Baron Corbin as he's performing and all that, and then he's tells Baron Corbin tells anyone from production to call off his mic, call off his guitar, where it pertains to make of sound making and all that. So then Elias was upset with that. So then Baron Corbin tells him walk away. He walks away, And Baron Corbin continues the current promo, and then Elias comes back, and then Elias El Kabongs him from behind with the guitar, basically face turn. So we got 2 face turns on Raw last night. One for Braun Strowman, which by the way should never turn heel in the first place, and the other one for Elias, which by the way this Elias turn should have been called for a long time ago. And that was it for hour number 2. Tomorrow wrestling for hour number 2. If I can, I think there was only one match, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was only one match. Wow. Yeah, only one match, folks. But let's get to hour number 3 now. Hour number 3 opened up with Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, to do a contract signing with Nikki Bella. And Michael Cole was there to orchestrate this whole contract signing. So Nikki Bella doesn't come out alone. She comes out with Brie Bella, and then all of a sudden, Nikki Bella's kind of promo. And I'll be honest with you folks, I did not give a fuck what she had to say. And I was saying to myself, why is Brie Bella was even there? And so Ronda Rousey comes out, and basically, they go back and forth. I actually enjoy listening to Ronda Rousey, but I can't stand listening to Nikki Bella. She just sounds so fake, sounds so entitled. Like, I can't fucking stand her, man. I can't stand the way she talks, can't stand the way she looks, can't stand the way she carries herself. It just comes so fucking phony. That's what I feel about Nikki Bella, and on top of that, she sounds so fucking annoying that I wanna rip out my ears, with my bare fucking hands if I have superhuman strength. So I can't hear her anymore. It's the same thing with Stephanie McMahon. Now I can't remember if Brie Bella said anything. She might have said something, but I didn't care. She had a microphone in her hand too, but I'm saying to myself, why she's even out there is it's just between Nikki and Ronda, not Nikki and Brie and Ronda. But basically, Nikki Bella runs down, Ronda Rousey, how her mother is ashamed of her for not winning a gold medal in the Olympics, not winning, not retiring, not staying undefeated after she retired from UFC, and clearly Nikki Bella doesn't watch too much news of Ronda Rousey's mother talking about that she's still proud of her no matter what. So fuck off, Nikki Bella. So anyways, at one point, Ronda Rousey did tell the Bellas that, come in the ring, I promise I won't touch you and all that until the pay-per-view. And she kept her word. Her word is her bond. Because, she said, unlike you, Nikki Bella, her word is her bond. And Nikki Bella signed the contract, and then she slaps Ronda Rousey. And Ronda Rousey was like, had a meaner look on her face. And she's like, you know what? She smiled, and then she's like, she signed the contract, and she's like, my word's my bond, and I'll see you at Evolution. And she said, come Sunday, she will end her. And she said in a way, in an intimidating way. And she says, and I give you my word. Because the key word is, I give you my word. And that was it. Ronda Rousey leaves, and that was it. And fuck Nikki Bella. And also, fuck Brie Bella for not taking responsibility for her own action of what she did to Liv Morgan. WWE continues to remind us about Roman Reigns' stunning announcement. They kept doing this every time. It wasn't enough that they did it in hour number 1, and it wasn't enough they did it in hour number 2, and now they're doing it again, once again, in hour number 3. They kept showing the replay of Roman Reigns making that announcement, and I'm like, okay, WWE, we get it. Now we understand how this man's sick way to get Roman Reigns over because he's so in love with Roman Reigns and he wants to get him over so much that he's got to keep shoving him down the throats with that. Look, we get it. Roman Reigns is ill. We feel sorry for him. We feel bad for him. We feel we feel like fucking assholes for giving him a lot of shit. But the problem that we have with him is you keep shoving him down our throats. So stop shoving him down our fucking throats. We support the guy. No matter how shit he can be in the ring, in the ways. And I'm speaking as a wrestling fan, not as a Roman Reigns fan, which I've never been a Roman Reigns fan. Yeah, guys know that. Never supported Roman Reigns as to be like all Roman Reigns fans. I support him where it pertains to him. He's got to beat this thing to come back to do what he can do in WWE. And all he can do right now is to do his absolute best to come back stronger, and do his absolute best to continue to do what he does in the WWE. And I gotta say this right now, I feel sorry for what's going on with Roman Reigns right now. He's bound with leukemia again, and he's got my full support. He's got to beat this thing to come back. But I'm not going to go over the top of saying that he's the best wrestler. I'm not going that far. I'm not going to say he's a good wrestler either. I'm not going that far either. I think he's okay. I think he's better than John Cena. I think he's a better character than John Cena. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to go that far by saying by kissing Roman Reigns' ass to say, oh, he's the best wrestler, or he's a good wrestler. And I'm not going to kiss his ass by saying, oh, now I'm a Roman Reigns fan. Now I'm on the bandwagon of Roman Reigns fans. No, I'm not on the bandwagon of Roman Reigns. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan by any means. By the end of the day, I do respect him for what he's doing. I do. He's earned my respect. And again, full support. My thoughts, my prayers goes out to him. And for any of you Roman Reigns fans listening to this part, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. But there you go. We got Charlie Caruso. She interviews Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose talks about how no words describes the ride that they've been for the last 6 years. And they said no words describes ups and downs and everything in between, and it says that when you don't know what to do or what to say, you have to do what you always do. And tonight, basically, they're going to win the tag belts against. And then Rollins says that there are no words, but there are penalty and emotions. And he says tonight they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it for Roman, and because they love him, believe that. And we'll get to that main event when we get to it. So next we get to the fatal four-way match between Nia Jax versus Dana Brooke versus Tamina Snuka versus Ember Moon. Match itself, I thought it was okay. I thought Dana Brooke looked good. As far as Ember Moon, she looked amazing as always. But at the same time, WWE, what have they done with her? Oh yeah, they have won in the match against when she pinned Tamina Snuka. But other than that, what else have they done with her? And guess what, folks? Because she won this match, does not mean she's gonna win. This coming Sunday at Evolution to win the Battle Royal. Who's gonna win it? I don't know. Maybe they'll have Nia Jax win it. I don't know. WWE runs down the card of WWE Evolution because they failed poorly to promote WWE Evolution on Monday Night Raw. I guess in a way because of the whole Roman Reigns news, but at the same time, this is your go home show for WWE Evolution this coming Sunday, and you did a poor job try to book the show, and people and WWE still having issues to sell tickets for this event at Nassau Coliseum. So we'll see what happens during that time. But the WWE's running out of time, folks. They're running out of time. All we got now left for is SmackDown to do something for that, because Raw did a very good job promoting WWE Evolution and why you should go watch Evolution. You know, waste your Sunday night to watch Evolution. You know, to tune in for the Evolution on the WWE Network. Now the card's not fully complete yet because the semifinals has not ended yet for the Mae Young Classic, which is going to this coming Wednesday, and we'll see who's going to be in the finals for this coming Sunday's WWE Evolution. So there you go. WWE has Taz O'Neil on stage with the breast cancer survivors. Good for them. But when it pertains to Susan G. Komen, I don't care about Susan G. Komen. Susan G. Komen is a scam, so I don't care about it. And then the real packages, so I skipped it. And then also I didn't realize I skipped Charlie Caruso interviewing Trish Stratus and Lita. And also they're talking, basically talking about Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, and also Mickie James and Alicia Fox shows up. For some reason Alexa Bliss wasn't there. I don't know why. I don't know, but who cares? Don't care about Alexa Bliss anyways. But basically, Trish Stratus and Lita beat up Alicia Fox and Alicia Fox and Mickie James, excuse me. And there you go. And I guess that telegraphs you that Lita and Trish Stratus are going to lose, and basically Alexa Bliss is going to get the win at Evolution, whatever. Main event time. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose did the Shield entrance, which I didn't see. I didn't see that part. Gotta skip that too. Because again, folks, the reason why I skipped it is because I did not want to watch. I did not want to see the Susan G. Komen scandal plugging that WWE does what pertains to exploiting charity. So I skipped the entrance of it on the process too. So like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just watch the match. But it's nice though that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose did the Shield, the nostalgia entrance of the Shield in tribute to Roman Reigns. Good. As far as the match was, damn good match. And I see myself, about time. I've been looking forward to a good match on Raw. I haven't seen it yet. Apollo Crews and Elias couldn't. The fatal four-way that involved the women's couldn't, and that's no fault to Dan Brooke or Ember Moon. The Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley match couldn't do it. The Sasha Banks and Ruby Riott match couldn't do it. But this match did, which was a championship match. Which was finally we got to a good match, a damn good match to say the least. So, that being said, like I said, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, Raw Tag Team Championship, damn good match, back and forth action. Yeah, some fall finishes too as well. And then also we get Braun Strowman coming out. We get a referee bump. We get Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman fighting out of the ring, into the crowd, and they fall out, and they went to the backstage. And which leaving Dolph Ziggler left behind, with Rollins and Ambrose. So then, sure enough, Ziggler was gonna get the win here basically, but then Ambrose cuts him off, and then Rollins hits him with the curb stomp. I guess it's 3 count in the win. So your winners and new Raw Tag Team Champions. It was kind of expected. Because they want to do this. They want to have the Ambrose and Rollins go over, to pay tribute to Roman Reigns, and a good to send the fans home happy for that too and all. So yeah, it was nice that WWE did that. That Rollins and Ambrose won. It was a good feel, not just for the fans, but for also what pertains to doing this for Roman Reigns. So I thought it was nice the way they did it. Now, even though I was fine with them winning, however, I was not fine with it after they won the tag belts. So Rollins and Ambrose are celebrating, and I noticed as I look at the time, what's left is going to be on. Like, I think it was about 6 to 5 minutes left until it was over. Something's going to happen. So maybe I thought they would go backstage to see the continuation of the fight between Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre, and it turns out it wasn't that. It was what happened in the ring. And what I didn't agree with, even and I'll be honest with you, it shocked the hell out of me when I saw this happen. Dean Ambrose finally turns heel by attacking Seth Rollins, gives him the dirty deeds, and Ambrose saying the fact that like he didn't want to do it. He got frustrated when he didn't know that. He was emotional when he did it. He was emotional and frustrated. He started pounding the ring and all that, and and again, we were stunned. We were shocked that this happened. Like WWE pulled the trigger on Ambrose turning heel. Like eventually it was going to happen eventually, but they did it in my opinion, they did it on the wrong night. This was supposed to be the night where we're supposed to, feel sorry for Roman Reigns and acknowledge that Roman Reigns is going through something right now that he's battling for his life, and what they did, in my opinion, if you guys feel differently, more power to you. To me, in my opinion, how I feel about this, if you're going to do the heel turn, do it